Hi guys, here we are at friggin' Jeep. My name's John and this is kind of what's going on. It's probably, well, I can tell you exactly what time it is. It's late, 1:30. I've been going since 9 o'clock in this morning, and you guys know that I don't do morning, but I got the irrigation pump for sale on Facebook, and a gentleman came out and looked at it, a very nice gentleman, and he kind of offered me what I wanted for it, but then I had to sit on it for about 45 days to 2 months, and I just didn't want to sit on it for that long. And so another guy, I think the wind's getting you. I really do. Let me go to the other side. I think the wind doesn't come in from the back. It's not really windy. It's just, well, can you see the spinners going around down there? And a little bit of a light breeze. It's a beautiful day. Anyhow, I have this irrigation pump for sale. I had it for sale for 2 years and nobody was interested. Had very little interest on it at all. And then I don't know what happened, but in the last couple weeks or last couple days, the interest in it has just gone skyrocketed. Well, I have it listed 2 different ways this time. I have it listed as an irrigation pump, which it's a nice pump. The engine is probably doable, but it's got some issues with it because it's been sitting out for 15 years, half-ass covered. But what one guy just, and I also have it listed as a Jeep engine because it's a Jeep engine. So one guy emailed me and asked me, you know, what's the serial number? I said, I don't even know where the serial number is. I just put it in there. Well, it's tucked up underneath there. You can see it right there. And come to find out, it's a old World War II Jeep engine. And that goes back, and he's restoring a Jeep engine. So now I put that information on the Facebook, and I'm getting all sorts of responses. I can't keep up with answering. I've been in there answering for that and answering. I have like 150 clicks on this, and maybe 10% questions. I have 150 clicks on this as a Jeep engine and as an irrigation, so I have about 10% clicks on that. And the trailer down there, I have over 1,200 people looked at that on Facebook in 2 days. So I've been busy answering them, trying to make money that way. But when I was someplace, I don't remember where, I did a road trip. The other day, and I said I got something that the wife wanted, and I needed it too. I wanted one 2 years ago, and it didn't pan out 2 years ago. Now that she's having a fancy party, what I got don't cut it, so it's now replace it. So I'll show you what it is. And we drove up to Pennsylvania, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. Yesterday the manure spreaders went out. That chewed up an awful lot of my time for doing anything. Electricity went out, but that didn't really chew up any time. They had to dig up way on top of the hill over there. There was a wire under the ground that went out, and my electricity went out, but it only went out for enough time to make you have to reset all the clocks and start the computer. We're gonna open this door up. You get a better look at the masterpiece we got. There it is. It's another wheel. So, and that's a big wheel. I always wanted to be a big wheel. I'm not a big wheel, but I have a big wheel. But I'll show you what I got to do, and it's kind of like, I guess it's today's project, which it sounds real quick and easy, but it ain't real quick and easy. There ain't nothing real quick and easy anymore. We'll go over here. You guys been along to the burn. In all the years we've been up here, we've had literally hundreds of fires in this thing, and the rim is finally just burned up and gone to where it looks a little rough. It's had a hard life, but a good life, and this old burn ring has had a million people look at it. It's had thousands of people. We used to have big gatherings here. I mean, big 200, 300 people gatherings here. We've had end of the year school parties for faculty for the high schools, and 4th of July parties that were just second to none, where we had just this whole field up here, when it wasn't planted, would be 2 and 3 rows of parking. Well, you can't see it. 2 and 3 rows of parking. I mean, we had some big things, and we used to have the firework launching pad was out there, and we kept fire apparatus out there in case anything happened, and great big drums to put the spent fireworks in after they were shot. Kind of reminds me of Mike Morgan, and we just kind of moved along, kind of like he moved along this year and didn't do fireworks. It ain't easy, and that's one of the reasons we got the ice machine. Oh, speaking of ice machines, I told you I'd bring you back today. Well, here it is in the afternoon. It's time to turn the ice machine off. I forgot all about that, guys. Anyhow, I'm going to be working on that today, but I probably won't work on it till after the sun gets behind the clouds or behind the house. The ice machine is full because it's not running. So it filled up overnight. It's still running. It's got more ice than I need. We got to start bagging ice. It just harvested. That's why it was quiet. There's the ice. And if you find the newest ice, pretty clear. So anyhow, told you I'd bring you back. So that we're going to probably spend the next, it takes 15-20 minutes to bag up. We'll probably bag up 400 pounds of ice and put it in the deep freeze, and then it'll go from whatever that temperature is there to 10. We keep the freezer at 10 degrees. It's a big 25-pound chest freezer, so we keep a lot of stuff in it. But we'd sit here and watch that bonfire for show after show, or not show after show. Well, show, but I bet I have a bonfire in that thing. Maybe 6 of them a month. Probably 6 of them a month, and we burn all the paper here so it doesn't go into the landfill, and I burn a lot of slab wood in there, a lot of just mismatched stuff. So that's what the job is today, or one of the jobs. I'd like to get down there and get working on the log turner again, but I haven't, between the rain and then all of a sudden moving this stuff out, and then I'll start bringing the next batch out. So we got to, that's where it is. You're going to have to pull all the rocks out. The rim that's in there will have to put some feet on it, so it won't, you don't want it to go all the way down the ground. If it goes all the way down the ground, you won't get any air underneath. And I've been cleaning out that so many years, it looks like it might be 3 to 6 inches below the ground level now. So most of the time I just set the, what happened was I set the rim on fire brick, and the fire brick, when you throw big stuff in, it would crack the fire brick in half, and then one piece like this right here would melt down, because the ring, when we build a fire, most of the time it's a done outside with shive fire. It's a fire. It ain't no little wimpy back 40 fire. It's a outside with shive fire. You guys that know what's going on out there know exactly what I mean by that. So we'll see you in a little bit. I'll bring you back when I get a little further along on this. We'll see you. Bye. Well, here we are. I don't know how many hours later, hour, 2 hours later, and I still haven't even looked at the ring. I haven't cleaned out the fire ring. We're doing ice. So here's the ice update. It's not focusing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see them down underneath there. 9, 10, 11, and one in the refrigerator upstairs. So 11 times 20. Of course, I'm filling them up a little bit bigger than 20. Meanwhile, in between doing all that, the new dryer came in and got hooked up, which was a good thing. And the wife has already got it working. She was dryer bound. The other dryer, I could not fix it it worked, but you couldn't get it. They were going to take the box with them, and I saved the box because if we're working on the ground, sometimes those boxes are very handy. So that's why I saved that. I wasn't going to work on the fire ring until the sun went behind the house or wherever it is. So that's there. I spent another half hour on the computer talking to people about the Jeep, and I talked to a real nice guy named Chuck. I've known him for years. He was real knowledgeable on the Jeep, and I found that serial number on that Jeep from a guy that talked to me on the internet that was interested in buying it, and come to find out that's a pretty old motor. And so we didn't get to harvest the ice quite as soon as we wanted to. So it made a little extra. There's probably another 20 pounds in there. So that's what it made. We turned it off at probably around 1 o'clock-ish. Maybe a little after 1. So turned it on at 6 last night to 1 today. And we got, I already forget how many bags I counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So about 13 times 2 is 260 pounds. So we made 260 pounds of ice in that length of time. Plus, don't forget the diamonds that I threw out. Can you still see? Well, you can't see them. There's diamonds down there. I thought that they were left over from last night, but they're not. They were just spills that I kicked over the edge so it wouldn't sit on the wooden porch. So, why don't I get anything done? It's because I'm busy doing so much other stuff. And just busy. It's dry enough down there now that I can take the logs off the truck down there. But I don't feel like getting in the truck in the hot sun. I think I'll go roll the windows down. I think the other side's rolled down. So I don't know what I'm going to get. I think I'm going to go down there and work on the log turner for an hour or so, because that's in the shade. See if I can't get in position, get one of the hoses on it, and see if I can make it go up. So I think that's what I'll be doing next. So we'll see you next. Been busy here all morning, non-stop. So we'll take you down to the sawmill next and try to work on that log turner a little bit. So that's where I'm going to. We'll see you in a bit down there. Bye-bye. Unless something else comes up. Well, after a hard day getting everything done, I got everything done. I'm sitting by the fire. But you really can't kind of see how big it is, except for I'm 20 feet away from it because it's got so much heat. Wanted to do a short, but I can't do shorts. Don't know how to do shorts anymore. I used to do them on my camera, and now it stopped doing it. So this is not going to be a very long video. This thing's fire's kind of slowing down now. It had the front of the house. I don't know if you can see the front of the house. It was glowing pretty good. Nope, you can't see a thing there. Oh, there came in. Took it a minute. Yeah, this is starting to calm down now a little bit. Just sit back here and show Dan at back 40 that you need to put some wood on your fire, Dan, to make it burn a little bit better. Cleaning up at the sawmill. This is just leftover stuff from the sawmill. So that's about it. This will be a regular long movie, or that format, I guess, because I don't know how to make shorts no more. Haven't figured that one out. So I'm glad you stopped by. I'm going to put this on, I don't know, I might put it on, I'll put it on tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's Friday night. I did another poplar log. That's going on tomorrow night. So I'll put 2 on. I'll put this short one on, and I'll put the poplar log on. I think. Who knows what I'll do. I might put this on tomorrow morning. Yeah, that's a ticket. I think that's what I'll do. I'll put this on tomorrow morning when I used to put the shorts on. So thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy it. Hope it's relaxing. I guess I could zoom in and make it look bigger, couldn't I? Yeah, I guess I could do that. Don't know what that'll look like till I go put it on the computer. It's in a old tractor wheel. See you all later. Bye-bye. Hello there. I told you later today I'd bring you down here. It's probably, I don't know, it might be a couple hours later. I took a break and went in and set out the confuser. I haven't answered any of you guys' comments from last night because that guy got here at 9 this morning or 9:30ish to look at the oh, I can't even remember, irrigation pump. I'm wore out. I've been down here climbing in and climbing out, climbing in and climbing out. Now the sun's getting over there, and you know I don't work in the sun too well. Well, I'll show you what I got done. I got it all squared up. I got those 2 angle brackets in, and now I got to go find some hydraulic lines. I had to start the old sawmill up. I'm gonna just take you off the stand and show you. This is not gonna be a real long. It's more of an update. I've cleaned up most of the tools. You can see the sun's getting in here, and I just don't play well in the sun. Overheats me. I got most of my tools picked up. This is in there in place now. I think it's pretty good. I think you guys are a little more steady when I have you on the half a tripod. But I've got these. You can see here the 2 bolts. That's enough bolts for now. I'm gonna have to mark and drill that, and I'll do 2 on this side because I can get to this side. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna drill them yet. I'm only do 1 on that side, on the inside, because I can't get to the back that easy. I'd have to take all that wood down and then pull those boards up. They're not nailed down, they're just sitting in there. And I just don't feel like doing it, and I don't think it's really going to be necessary. But I'd like to have it fixed to that. Would be good. Anyhow, that's where it is. It's 2 inches. I don't know what I did with my... I think it's where I wanted it. I'm not sure where exactly I wanted it. Now it's probably been 2 weeks since I did this. I don't remember where I squared it up to this piece here or to these here. I think I squared it up to those, and that's 2 inches, so that's close enough in my book. You can't see. It's a 1/16 inch wider that way. I ain't gonna worry about it, because if you go down to this piece here, that piece is at an angle. You can't really see. See, that's this piece. The whole thing's not square or anything like that. If you put a square on these, it goes one way. I keep looking at what I'm doing and not looking where the camera's going. And the same way if you do it this way. So nothing's square, and I don't think it's going to make that much difference. And at this point, I'm too tired to wore out. I pulled the wrapper off the hydraulic, so I'm going to go get that goes in. I don't know if you can see it down there. That goes in that big nut right there. That end of that thing just goes up and down. I guess as it goes up, this has got to come up with it. So I got to roll the carriage down, then get over here with some air and give it a gust of air and see if it'll come up. So I'm going to oil this thing up a little bit. I don't know that it needs it. Everything looks good. I'll just spray it with the good old diesel oil. Or better yet, I'm not going to do nothing to it because I'm lazy. Everything turns, and if it doesn't go back into position, then maybe I'll oil it. I don't know. Wood chips in it everywhere. Guess it was used once before. Anyhow, oh, there's a grease fitting. Holy cow. Didn't know there was a grease fitting there. See it right there? Well, we don't want to put grease in it. That would ruin my image. Anyhow, I'm going to go now on a look for hydraulic line. I know where the hydraulics line there on the back where my shop is. I'm going to blow them out real good and then come down here. I've got the air all hooked up on this. You didn't see me do that a while ago. I don't think you were here for that. You may have been. I hooked up a air line here to this air tank here. Right now I'm on 70 pounds of pressure, which, you know, that's hydraulic, so it wants a lot more. So I don't know whether to raise it or not. So I'll bring it back when I try to give some air to it. I'll have to start the engine up and pump it up because it goes over 100 pounds of air. Put you guys back on the tripod. And I don't know where it down is. There it is. There's the old sign. Fading away, isn't it? Kind of sad. The other one's still in the garage. I didn't want to bring it out to let it fade. Anyhow, I had to fill out a bunch of paperwork for the Bunion Show again today. I had to fill out, hopefully, I got to get name tags for everybody that helps me in that spot, because Mark helps me, and ZZ helps me, and the Eddie Horvath helps me, and Buzzsaw Buzzy helps me. So I got to get name tags for them. And I hope that you guys are going to make it out to the Bunion Show. We're going to do the same thing if everything goes according to plan. Get another saw blade out, and I've got it all picked out, and I just got to get it, start wire brushing it, and Bunyan's only 2 months away, which doesn't sound like, sounds like a long way away, but heck, it took me 2 hours just to get down here. So I'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna hunt for an airline. We'll see you. Bye-bye. Well, I told you I'd bring it back down here after I got this going, but I didn't get it going. I was gonna air it up, and I can't get it to air up. I've been playing with it for a half hour now. I went up and got all the crap to hook it all up, or what I thought was going to hook it up, which was fine. And I'll show you that in a second. But meanwhile, I decided, well, it's time. I'm going to go up there and eat dinner. And then I got eating dinner, and then the boss said, oh, we got to go over to my daughter's house because she's having problems with her smoke detector. And it's sitting there beeping, beeping. And I said, it's got a low battery in it. And she says, oh, it doesn't have battery in it. And it has battery in it. So I changed the battery, and then took care of that. Came back, put this together, came on down. I said, well, I'll fire it up to make sure it works before I bring you guys along. And so I did it. I'll show you what I did, and it ain't working yet. So it's going to be I'm going to work on it till dark. I don't know whether I'll get it going or not. So I got this adapter to go to there. Then it goes up and tees off so I can let the air off. This lets the air in here, so I got to take this off anyway. I just put my, that didn't have very much air in it. I don't know how much air I got over there now. Oh, I still got quite a bit. It's getting dark. Anyhow, that should have popped. Don't know why that did. So I could turn it on, then let the air out, so to let it back down without just putting a hose in it. But what I found, this was real rusty. And so I couldn't get it to feed on good. But this was on down at that end. So I had to take this whole stuff apart, flip the pipe around, so I got a clean edge down there, and it still won't tighten up. It's still leaking down there, so I got to pull the fitting out of the side of the hydraulic cylinder and see what's going on down there. So that's kind of where I'm at. I didn't know where I was going to be, but it's leaking like a sieve down there. I think this valve here might be leaking here too. This is just crap that I put together real quick. This tee into here were already here. That I had to find, which that took me a little while. I was probably 45 minutes looking for parts and putting this together. Taped it all up, looked good, and then just disappointed. That's the all the tape they had around the, there's a fitting down there underneath that line, if you can see it. And you got to be you know those people that get into little crates like for magic acts and stuff like that? Well, let me tell you, vet people can't get in here. Once I get down in here, you got to somehow get your arm through there to get into there, because you're working with 2 wrenches underneath there, but you can't get in to the front section because there's a piece that goes across there. So it's not a fast procedure. So I'm going to take that hose off of there, take the fitting off of there, is my plan, and take a look at it and see if I can eyeball what's wrong, and then put it back together, I hope, and have it work. If it doesn't, it's still light enough out there, I'll bring you along. If it's not, then we might be tomorrow. So there might be a final after this final, but you guys know I'm notorious for that. But anyhow, that's where I'm at. I'm going to put you guys back on the stand. The battery's just about out too. This is the same battery from yesterday. I got 2 days out of this battery. Deer up in the field eating. I guess you're in there. So that's what I'm working on. I'd put the lights on, but the problem in the summertime is when you put the lights on, I don't know where this is going at. There it goes. The trouble with putting the batteries in or turning the lights on is bugs. I'm gonna play with that in a minute. I don't know how long this video is because I just put all day's videos into one. I'll show you what it takes to get down in there. Then you can call 911 to have them come get me out. I'll bring you in closer. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. It's getting dark for you. It's not particularly dark for me. But to show you, you got to kind of get down in here. Guess that your adjustable wrench sizes are the right size. Then you got to get up this way, get down this arm in through here, get this fitting underneath here. That's underneath that you can't see. Can't see that one at all. Now I got to take what I just put together apart. And of course, it ain't fitting. There it goes. This one come apart pretty good. It ain't no speedy thing though, I can tell you that. You only get a quarter turn out of it. But pretty soon it'll be to where I can, if it's not a tweener thing, let me see if I might be able to get it now by hand. Nope. But I don't think I need to hold that. It's loose enough I don't need to hold the other nut on this. Hydraulic line's got, you know, two things on it. I'm hoping that yeah, now I get it with ye old fingers. Now I gotta hope that I can get the, I don't really want to have to pull the cylinder. That might be the easiest way to get it in though. Alright, we got that out. Now if I get the, you can't really see it. And I don't know whether I can get this loose or not. This is the, it had moved. It moved, but you can't, you just, well, a little person could. I can't. This ain't, my arm is stuck. Anyhow, I got the hose off. That wasn't too bad. And it's got a flared fitting, and I think that's a flared fitting on there, but it's leaking like a sieve. I'll bring it back a little bit, but that's what it takes to get down in there, and it ain't easy. It might take me several minutes to get that out, and to watch a fat guy getting a bolt off ain't it. So I'll bring you back a little bit for a minute one. Bye-bye. Well, I got something, but I'm not sure what I got. There's a chain on the other side. I have to help it up. 100 pounds ain't enough to get it up. I'm going to see if I can't let the air out of it. You saw it as it comes back down. It takes a lot more pressure to start the upward movement, and then it's getting caught on the chain on the other side, so I gotta play with that. There's a bolt and stuff over there that might keep it up, but 100 pounds won't lift it up by itself. You gotta help it. I'll show you do that. You can't see me over there, right about there, working the valves, but I got to give it the air and then I'll be back. And then when I give it a little help, it'll go bananas. But it seems bolted down pretty good. It's not going up and then rocking it all, so I'm all right with that. So now I'm going to let a little bit of the pressure off and see if it'll come back down. But like I said, this chain over here, I got a feeling that's a limit chain or something. I don't see what else it would do, but it's not limited, and that piston's up all the way. So I got to do a little research on that. Anyhow, I'll let a little air of it, and you can see it come down. And when it comes down to its bottom, then it doesn't want to go up. But I kind of don't want to go up that fast when I'm got the carriage there in case it catches something. Anyhow, it's getting there. I'll might be back tomorrow. I got grass to mow and a couple other things going on. It's supposed to rain too, so woo! Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment if you like the progress, I guess. If you made it this far, been a busy day. We'll see you. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to hit the like and leave a comment. Oh, and if I haven't answered any of your comments from last night, I'm going to do it later when I get inside. It gets dark. And I'll try to get these answered in the morning. I didn't have a morning YouTube chance. I got to take a 12-step course on how to get done with YouTube addiction. Tell Tony that. Go up to Tony's place and tell him I need a YouTube 12-step addiction thing first. We'll see you guys. I'm glad you came along. Bye.